What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with breaking news. So Coach Prime just wrapped up an interview, and he said a lot about the offensive line and Cormani McClain. Guys, for this one here, we got to go to 24/7 Sports. Let's get it. Let's go. So the transfer portal is set to open up today, and Coach Prime made it plain and clear exactly what he needs. He wants dogs in the trenches and players who want to go to that next level, and that is the NFL. Coach Prime just wrapped up an interview with 24/7 Sports, and he spoke about Dor Sanders taking all them hits and Cormani McClain developing as a player. Guys, I'm about to play the clip and come back with some commentary. Let's get it.
Now, as we watch the season play out, obviously, Dor Sanders was sacked a lot. A lot of pressures, a lot of hit. Transfer portal is open. How important is it for you to replace that offensive line? How important is it for you to get the right lineman in there?
It's priority. We have two priorities right now, okay? We're going to run the football and we're going to stop the run. We're going to protect Shedeur. You do know that I'm not only his coach, but I'm his daddy, right?
I know that. I know that.
You do know it hurt my heart to see my son out there getting beat down every darn game. You do know that? Like, I do a great job of disconnecting and masking and understanding that I'm a coach now. But that's my son. Okay, y'all do know that's my son. So I got to do what I got to do to make sure he's straight. So I made some moves to try to assure him a better protection. But right now, it's all about protecting the quarterback, running the football, and stopping the run. So we're going to be very active in the portal, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, a few corners. I'm looking for some dog corners for FCS schools. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm looking for you. You know, it ain't hard to find. I'm going to find you, but that's what I want. And we're going to put it together, my man. It's easy when you watched us. We got our butts kicked twice. Every other game is within 6, 7, 8 points, maybe. So we were in a multitude of games. We were in 10 games. We got our butts kicked twice. Fulfilling those needs is going to be a wonderful thing, and we know what we want. We know how we want it. We know who we want it. We've already identified it, and we're going to go get it.
Now,
I promise you we're going to go get it.
Over the course of the season, Shedeur kept it really, really positive with the offensive line. He never got negative. He kept his composure. Does he ever come in there and say, Dad, Coach Prime, whatever I'm calling you today, I got to stay number one in the Suns rankings for allowing you to let me get sacked like this, right? Does he ever come in there and say to you, we got to go get these specific guys?
No, there's one thing about Shedeur. He's not that kind of guy. Now, Shallow would have said something. I remember Shallow said, we were playing, I'm not going to tell you who we was playing. We were playing some team, and they was hitting us and gashing us on the run pretty good, and he had to come up and make open field tackles, and it was during a TV timeout. I said, son, I need you to cut your depth out a little bit so you can get up there a little quicker. He said, Dad, I ain't got no help in the house. He didn't mean his teammates going to help him. That was the saying that our pastor who passed away, Pastor Omar Jawar, that was his saying when he was preaching, and he just emulated what he was saying. And that was one of the funniest moments in the midst of a game that I just put my head down and walked off because I know the camera might have caught me. But Shallow is more apt to say something crazy than Shedeur.
The last thing I'm going to ask you before we get out of here is the development of Cormani McClain. Last year, 5-star recruit, came in, didn't play as much in the beginning of the season, started to crack through. How is his development going, and can we expect to see a bigger role of Cormani McClain going into the spring?
Well, that's entirely up to Cormani. Cormani has to really want this. He has to need this. His why has to be something to the point of that he can't live without it. He has to want success a lot more than he just wants to live. Cormani is a phenomenal athlete, has phenomenal talent, phenomenal ability. At this level, you got to study, you got to prepare, you got to work on your craft. You got to be serious about this if you want this to be your profession. Now, if a kid comes to Colorado and they tell me they want to go pro, I'm going to hold you accountable to what you told me. I'm not going to let the pressure off you until you tell me that's not what I want anymore, Coach Prime. But if you tell me this is what you want and you want to be one of the best, I'm going to hold your butt to a candle, and I'm going to hold you accountable to everything that you told me that you wanted to be. So I'm going to make sure you study. I'm going to make sure you prepare. I'm going to make sure you work your butt off in the offseason. I'm going to make sure you get stronger. I'm going to make sure you eat properly. I'm going to make sure you on time and you want this. If you don't, we're going to have a problem. And Cormani is going to make up his mind that he wants that. If he don't, that's the problem.
We coming. You should have seen by now. Coming. Yeah, they talking about it. We coming. They doubting us. We coming. They saying. We coming. They think it's a game. We coming. I don't give a damn what they say. You best believe. We coming.